Breathing space contains mature content such as substance abuse, sexual situations, and violence. This episode contains mentions of death and trauma, family separation, divorce, and alcohol use.
And as I told you, I'm trying to get there as fast as I can.
We've been here for 18 hours. Your fast isn't fast enough.
I can't help a canceled shuttle, Cassie.
I don't want to hear your damn excuses.
Well, you'll be happy to know I've solved my excuses. I found a spot in the ship. It's leaving soon.
Soon or not, we've had to stay in this charming part of the system far too long. It's ridiculous you expect us to
Living
wait
on
here.
Luna doesn't mean you're better than everyone else.
We come all the way out here to do you a favor and you're giving me attitude? Really?
So what's so hard about waiting anyway? You had to wait less than a day. How long have I been waiting?
You damn well know I didn't want to step foot on Mars. You're paying us back for this entire inconvenience.
Ha! I won't pay you a fucking dime. Look, I know you're worried. Can we please not argue about this?
Just get here or we're leaving.
Whatever. I swear. Well, thanks for waiting. We off soon?
Heading out now. A few more, and we will leave them without you.
That would have been great.
What's that?
Nothing. Ex-wives.
Right. Well, anyway. We took on some cargo, so you're not going to be able to stretch your legs out now.
Oh, he didn't tell me it was someone hitching a ride. I'm not in your spot, am I?
No, you're good. Got sit up here fine.
Good. Name's Tony. You?
Dani.
Nice to meet you, Dani. What are you doing on a fine ship such as this?
Oh, headed back home.
Home? Couldn't drag my ass back there when I was younger.
Helping my parents. Farming's been rough on them. I've been on series working jobs to help between seasons. Harvest's coming up, so gotta head home.
Sounds like they did a good job raising you.
Oh, they'd be happy to hear that, especially after my teens.
Serious, though?
Yeah, plenty of low-level jobs to go around without long-term commitment.
I can see that. Lots of service things to do.
Better hold on back there. We're undocking. Won't be too long now.
Who are you talking to?
Crates?
Damn it. Did you charter passengers again? I told you to ask me first.
Well, you didn't seem to mind last time.
And you didn't ask last time either.
Look, if I buy you lunch, would that smooth things over? You can get dino nuggets.
Oh, fuck off, Wayne. You can't buy your way out of everything with nuggies.
You can get chicken nuggets, Rich. Not the mushroom ones. We'll go to the real skillet.
Really?
And any sauce you want.
We'll be back on the ground in 60. Strap in.
What's so funny?
Just two grown adults talking about nuggets. It's just...
There's nothing wrong with nuggets.
You say so, mate.
Hey, I have fond memories of dino nuggets. They were a pillar of my early adulthood.
How's that then?
It's sort of drawn out.
What else we got going on? Besides, looks like you've got someone's attention. That grey one there's quite interested in you.
Rabbits? Aren't rabbits usually headed up to stations, not to the surface?
Yeah, it's probably meat stock.
Let's have a look-see then. Manifest says a meat processor couldn't foot the bill. A whole lot is being returned. Guess they couldn't find a turnaround buyer. Feel bad for you and your friends. Being food isn't great, but neither's being shuttled to space and back. Come here, little guy. Yeah, who likes no scritches? That's a good floof. You'll be off this junk heap soon.
Aw, how cute. Little chap's watching you. Bet he'd run circles around you if he could.
Huh?
Oh, it's a thing they do when they like you.
Oh, you better not get too attached then, bud. Don't need to let someone down at this stage.
Now I know there's something. Care to tell us your story?
Who am I to deny a captive audience? Ready for a tale of a good time?
Hey, oh, okay. I immediately regret my decisions.
Then I better hop to it.
Oh, no.
And as you're traveling, you're sharing these stories with anyone who'll listen?
Didn't start out that way.
Please, tell me you're making money from it.
With my acting skills, the only way is if people paid me to shut the fuck up.
But you keep the audience's attention?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, you're ahead of most folks then.
Maybe. I've found that everyone craves a good story. And a human connection, even if it's only briefly.
Words are easy, like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find.
No, not what we may be?
I'm saying you're right. At least in my world, we refresh the tales told now and again by necessity and or tragedy.
Oh? Sounds like you have a story of your own then.
One of utter disaster, robbery, and the 12th night. It's not an interesting one, I promise.
Definitely more interesting than you're leading on.
Possibly in a far, far future when I'm swimming in vodka and outside the statute of limitations, if you know what I mean.
Okay, now I really want to hear it.
How about you? Does your tale lose interest over time and need enriching?
I can't say I see truthful retellings as a bad thing.
Didn't say they were.
Of course, I'll refine details as I go, but there's also value there. Jogs the memory and makes you look at it from different angles. You end up finding out a little more about yourself.
Well spoken by an experienced man.
It's hard-earned.
You know, you're making me think, Anton. Perhaps it is time our troop revisits the stories of our past.
Then I look forward to catching a performance, sans disaster, of course. Until then, how's it go? Give me now leave to leave thee.
For that's it that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
And that brings me to now.
Sounds like you had a pretty rough go of it.
You could say that.
Still, doesn't seem like it fucked you up too much.
Well, I do clean up nice.
Not a lot of folks go through something like that and end up so friendly.
You think I'm walking around with a sunny disposition? Life's funny like that, isn't it? One minute, you're stuck in a crowd, nervous you're gonna scream at someone just for looking at you funny. Next, you're sharing a beer and a conversation like you've been best buddies for decades. For the longest time, people were a nuisance. Dealing with them was just an inconvenience at every level.
That's kind of a shit way to look at people, don't you think?
Absolutely. 7 months ago, I wouldn't have spoken 2 words to you.
Huh. You're a bit unique like that. How'd you get here?
Time changed my perspective on things. Made me realize circumstance wasn't a targeted attack on me.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it's still a fucking lot, but I'm still here. Went from feeling like the entire universe conspired against me to the brutal honesty that doesn't give a shit.
So, what changed?
I realized that people aren't all bad. It's such a simple way to put it, but I don't have any better.
You know, I had some folks help me out of a huge mistake once. Didn't believe it at the time. Thought I'd spend the rest of my life making up for it.
You look pretty young to be making poor life decisions.
If only. Someone once told me, you can't expect good choices from people who don't know their joystick from their slipstick.
Okay. And there's wisdom in that?
Yeah.
So how'd they help?
Set me on a path with an honest conversation. Think my story made them want something better, even if it was through someone else. I can't thank them enough for that.
You make it sound unbelievably simple.
Isn't it?
What?
You really don't think it's easy to change?
Oh, no, it isn't.
Huh. Then maybe you weren't lucky enough to get the push you need.
I've been trying for half my life to make up for my mistakes. It's not like I have luck spilling out of my ass here. I'm just supposed to wait for change to stroll in the door?
I might be simplifying it a little.
More like a lot.
I didn't mean anything by it. Just seemed like you were looking for advice, not another shoulder to cry on.
What did you mean?
That just trying to pick yourself up ain't enough. Nothing wrong with asking for a little help up, right? When you're struggling.
Isn't always that painless?
Never know until you're willing to put yourself out there. Well, time to get back to it. Here. Not a lot, but at least you'll be a little less thirsty given you're wearing the rest of yours. Have a good one, friend.
So your outlook just changed out of the black?
No.
What then?
Life forced me to interact with it. When you have no prospects and are suffering from a loss that you're struggling to hold on to the remaining pieces of, you have two options. Sit around and wallow in your choice of self-pity, despair, or regret. Or you can force yourself to move forward.
What kept you from wallowing?
Spite. I have too strong a sense of responsibility to collapse into a self-destructive spiral. Besides, sitting on the sidelines and letting life pass me by would mean giving up on something important. What's up, big boy? You hungry? Let's see what they gave you to munch on.
Hardly anything there.
We can't have that now, can we? Let's see. Good thing I went veggie today. Here you go, bud.
Got something in there for me?
I share stories, not meals.
Arsehole. I'm guessing people sorted you then, whether you wanted them to or not?
As much as you can try. It's a fact you can't go through life without interacting with others. Was I blind to that? Absolutely.
I suppose given enough time, you're bound to find someone that, for some reason, takes interest in you, or shares something you connect with.
Well, for me, it was years.
Years? Huh. So what finally did it? You tell enough people to fuck off and someone turned around and screamed it back in your face? Boom! That's a conversation starter. Or a fight starter, I guess? Which one did you choose?
It was something I heard a couple of times.
Stop the fucking ship! I can't! The throttle is stuck wide open and the steering wheels are not responding! Stop sitting there bitching and call for help!
Mayday! Mayday! This is Binding Vessel Technicians Bulwark calling any available ships. We are in a direct collision path with MO U284165. Engines are not responding. I repeat, engines are not responding. We are currently in vector 512.7.
Come on, you piece of shit! Oh, fuck. Kiss your asses good.
Barter, calm down. Look at me. You were in an accident. I'm gonna rip your goddamn lines out. Quit it. Damn it, Doc, give him some. Sorry, you weren't listening. I'm gonna have the doc pull this tube out so you can speak, okay? Alright, that better?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you remember what happened?
Where am I?
You're on the Peregrination Free Trader, Forge Sorrow into Joy.
Water.
Yeah, here. Careful. We don't need you choking on top of everything else. Partner, I am Captain Yuri Aurturoskin. What's your name?
Anton Proctor.
Well, Anton Proctor, you're pretty banged up. Doc says you got a broken leg, couple of cracked ribs, concussion. You had some nasty bleeding inside. We got you patched up pretty good.
How'd you find me?
Heard the distress call from the bulwark, came running. I'm sorry to say you were the only one with a pulse when we got there.
I'm telling me why my head hurts so fucking much?
You heard me say concussion, right? You got a knot on your head the size of a double-strength coffee pod. What are you doing out here anyway? You don't look the type.
Work's work.
Mining asteroids off Neptune ain't the kind of work you stumble into. You in some kind of trouble?
No, I just can't afford to be picky about what employment I take on.
Is that for the common reasons or something particular?
Not much to it. Life happened, universe kicked me when I was down, so now I'm out here surviving. Barely, by what you're telling me.
Well, just keep in mind that even if shit's hard right now, it does get better.
Easy for you to spit out empty platitudes.
Might be. But it comes from years of learning the hard way. You know, something tells me you're on my ship for a reason.
Yeah, look at me.
Not what I mean. I know your attitude well, some lone wayfarer with a grudge to bear. Let me tell you, that ain't an easy path to tread. Want to know what all your type have in common?
What's that?
You lack connections. Can't fathom living in a place where anything works in your favor. People aren't worth talking to. Good deeds ain't worth doing. Something's got you so twisted up you don't know your head from your ass.
Do you lecture every person whose life you save?
Only the ones who need it. Besides, you're fine.
I'm strapped to a stretcher with umpteen broken bones and mental acuity problems. Pretty sure I'm not anywhere close to fine.
Maybe not for now. Get some rest. You want to talk about that attitude of yours, you call me, and I'll listen.
You know, I never fully realized how woven together people's lives are until I set out across the system. For a long, long time, I was bitter. I didn't trust anyone. Didn't try to look for any good in them.
Listen, I get where you're coming from, but how could you just cut yourself off so much? That's fucked up, mate. Like, maybe life can be hard, but that's a shit way to go about it.
Pain mostly? Hard to see the light above when all you see is darkness behind you. Eventually my mistaken outlook rectified itself.
Probably made you insufferable to deal with.
Was I a shitty person for a period in my life? Yes. But what's it really matter?
Well, mate, I didn't mean to, get under your skin or anything. I was just making a joke.
Look, I'm not proud of the way I used to be. I've said things and done things, but honestly, what fucking good is focusing on it now? No reason to live with regret over something I can't change at this point. If I did, would I even be here now? Those what-ifs kill your ability to live in the present.
Sorry, you're right.
No, you're fine. It's not your fault for saying something true. In my mind, you should never have to apologize for that. In fact, I owe you an apology. All you asked was for me to share my story with you, and here I am getting defensive when I shouldn't be.
Alright, we're gonna be hitting Atmo soon. Gonna be bumpy for a bit, but hey, we'll be docking shortly after.
Guess we should hunker down then.
Someone wants you to stay put.
Chill out, little guy. You're acting like a needy puppy. Aren't rabbits prey animals?
Yeah, but they have personalities. Some of them are like that little bugger. I bet he'd follow you at your heels if you let him. They build strong bonds.
How do you know all this?
My family. We raised them, another stock.
Then doesn't it bother you to see them acting like this?
You just can't let it get to you.
Why does everyone think it's so easy to build and discard relationships? The last several years have taught me anything. That ain't true.
It's a rabbit, mate.
So, I don't think it matters if it's a rabbit. As you said, they can have strong bonds too. I know it sounds strange coming from me, especially given everything I've just said, but I really think bonds are important. When I think of all the connections I've made over the years, it isn't lost on me how meaningful they are.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange coming from you, to be honest, but I suppose, given how much has changed for you, it makes sense. It played a big part.
Undeniably. I still live by the lessons and wisdom shared with me over the years. If the people I've run across didn't extend a hand and decided to look the other way, I don't know where I'd be. I can't take for granted what's been given to me, including restoring my faith in humanity. Sometimes, we need that nudge during the bad periods to remind ourselves we're not perfect. We need to change and grow. Does that mean it'll work out? No. But I'm thankful so many people did it for me.
So I take it that means you're ready to put yourself out there more?
I think I've done a fair share of that already. But, yes.
To help others?
All I can do is try.
Yeah, good approach. You can't fix every problem.
Spoken like someone with the knowledge to know better.
Well, hard times aren't lost on me. Difference is, I learned some of these lessons a little bit younger than you.
If only we'd all be so lucky.
So, what's next for you?
I'm picking up Aurora at the terminal and hopping on a transport to Phobos.
How'd you get her back, anyway?
Oddly, with the help of Cassie's new husband. Because of him, we were able to work it out where Aurora lives with me the majority of the year and visits her mom on holidays and other set times. I'm surprised Aurora actually wanted to do it.
You must have been doing something right then.
Not a goddamn clue what stars aligned for her to still have some faith in me. Maybe Cassie passed along the messages I left.
What messages?
It was something I did to try and stay in contact. Thought it was an exercise in futility after a bit, but I kept leaving them when I could.
Huh. Yeah, I'm betting she did then. Probably realised it was no good keeping her from hearing from you.
Nah, who's to say? In the end, we made amicable arrangements to ensure we were both going to be an important part of our daughter's life.
That's generous.
It's better to show grace, isn't it? Cassie is making some demands, reasonable ones, mostly. But I think it's all bluster. I think there's some hard to let go of pride. I can't blame her for it.
I don't think she'd be much of a mum if she didn't make a few demands.
Does that mean your mom raises a fuss for the hell of it then?
Depends if I did something wrong. Only saying, if your ex weren't fighting, it would mean she'd given up on your daughter.
What do you mean?
Well, think about the past you lived. You gave up on everything except what was important to you. No effort towards anything. Kept that head down, just keeping going. She fought you the entire time. It would be off if she suddenly up and stopped, wouldn't it?
I never thought of it that way.
Tell me, did she get all nitpicky over where you were taking her? Give you an earful over where you'd live, how you'd make a living?
She did, actually.
And what did you tell her?
That I was able to nail down steady work and a good home. I'd be working at a bioprinter facility co-op that I'd bought into with the help of an old scrapper friend.
Okay, and did she stop there?
Ha! She started grilling me over how I wouldn't have enough money to get by. She quit when I laid out how profitable bioprinting could be. Didn't hurt that I had shared how much money I'd saved over the years. Also, I laid out my plan for Aurora's education, one with pathways to a brighter future than my own. Equal parts head in the books and life experience.
Well, surely you can see what she was trying to do then. She wanted to make sure you were going to take care of your kid the right way, not in some half-assed way. Besides, isn't it making sure she doesn't follow in your footsteps?
I guess. She'll experience failure and make her own mistakes like anyone else. It's not like I can protect her from everything, so as a parent, I need to give her the tools to know how to deal with it.
Yeah, so all the shit you've gone through, that's life lessons now.
I'll never knock the experience that's been gifted to me, as much as it sucked ass sometimes. One of the best things I can pass along is to learn not to take things for granted when you should appreciate every day.
And you're not afraid she's going to resent you?
Hey, aren't rabbit ears supposed to stand up?
It's different breeds. Oh, wonder how he got mixed in.
Why are these guys down?
You're changing the subject?
Yeah. I'll get back to it. Are these markings inside your ear? Move your head this way a little, bud. Let me see.
He's probably tattooed for lots. What's the number?
Let's see. 0191412118.
Oh, damn, that's a long one. Sounds like a lottery number. Hey, what's the bonus spool? Maybe I can play it my next trip to New Vegas.
I'll tell you if we split the winnings.
Fuck no. I'll pick my own then. Huh? Looks like he wants you to answer the question you're avoiding.
All right. I'm getting to it. Yeah. I'm a bit afraid she'll resent me. I know she's going to be an adult sooner than I can blink, but I'll spend every moment treasuring my time with her. It'll take a while for that to come across. I know I can't make up for what's lost at this point, but I can give her a home that's full of love and understanding.
Kind of surprised you even have a relationship with your kid still, if I'm totally honest.
Can't say I'm going to win any Father of the Year awards for the last decade, but I'll give it a damn good try going forward.
Look lively, folks. Gifts are going down in 3, 2, 1, and... Clamps down in 2. You should be out the door soon after.
What are we breaking for lunch? Dying for some nuggies.
Rich, we would never get nuggets.
Ah, I know. I wanted to believe we were. Bastard.
I gotta say, you've lived an interesting life, Tony.
And I hope to live it better now. Been nice talking to you, Dani. Hope everything goes well with your parents. It might not mean much coming from a stranger, but let them know someone out there is wishing them the best.
That's really kind of you, mate.
And hope the harvest goes well, too.
Hey, Tony, forgetting something?
Huh? Did I leave something?
Yeah? This fuzzy little guy?
What? No. I couldn't. I don't know the first thing.
I don't think you got much of a choice, mate. Look at that face.
You know what? It'll do us some good to bring in another member of the family. If not, I guess I have a new best friend.
Yes. Got a name for him then?
Think I do, actually. Solar.
Solar? Why Solar?
Something about it just fits.
Nice. Sounds like Solar will be in good hands then.
Judging by his personality, then my hands are going to be full.
Yeah, then good luck to the both of you.
Thanks. And Dani?
Yeah, mate?
If you ever need some steady work, look me up. A printer farm can always use more hands.
Cheers, Tony.
What do you say, bud? You want to go meet your sister? Let's see if we can't find you a meal fit for a king on the way.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Breathing Space. This episode, A Little Love Goes a Long Way, was written and directed by Jordan W. Anderson and edited by Jordan W. Anderson.
Anton Tony Proctor is voiced by Jordan W. Anderson.
Dani is voiced by Bonnie Calderwood Aspinwall.
Cassandra Proctor is voiced by Madi Opincaru.
Rich, voiced by Jeremy Tucker.
Villaverde Markey is voiced by Saph the Something.
Ezra Wilson, a.k.a. Travis Sojourn, was voiced by Ben Awtry. Yuri Aurturoskin is voiced by Scott Paladin, with additional voice work by Amy Young, Aubrey Akers, Kirsty Wolven, Jess McCoy, John Kennard, and Sock X. Our theme, Blues for the Black, was composed by Michael Freitag with vocals by Jeremiah and lyrics by Scott Paladin. You can find links to learn more about our cast and crew in the show notes and all about our show at our website, breathingspace.lawofnames.com. Breathing Space is a Law of Names production.
The person you are trying to reach is not accepting calls at this time. Please record a message starting with a 2-second pause. Say send when finished.
Hey, Cassie. Been a couple of weeks, so I figured I'd give you an update. We're all settled in. Still a dining room table lost in transit somewhere, but who needs one of those, right? You'll be happy to know Aurora's doing great. She made a couple of friends and couldn't be doing any better in school. Shocked how well she's taking to everything. Kid would climb mountains if you let her. Shit. Wish I was more like her. You know, when I look back at where things started years ago, I'm still in awe about how different things are. I got knocked down so many times. Tried to pick myself up over and over again, never really finding my footing. But I kept going, because I had one light post to guide me. You kept that light alive for me, through all the battles and the drama, even if it was only a spark. Because of that, we have the chance to live the life we want now. You have every right to be...
He's mad again because I won't let him eat the carpet.
Don't let him thump his feet, please.
Damn it, I gotta go. I'll make sure Aurora calls soon. I know she's excited to talk to you about her new brother, the fuzzy brat. Hey, Cassie? Before I let you go, I've been looking for the right words to say to you for a while now. If it wasn't for you, I don't know if I'd have the opportunity I have right now. You made sure the little bit of love I was sharing with Aurora went a pretty long way. I don't think I can thank you enough for that. Truly.
Dad!
I know! Solar! Dude! You have so many toys to chew on. Why don't you...
Shit. Sorry. Send.